Hello everyone, my name is IronNancy and welcome to the Deadpool 2 review that you guys didn't know was coming, but is here anyways. And before we jump into this review, I actually have to explain that I know I don't do a lot of reviews, but I'm branching out here and we're going to talk about Deadpool 2 because it's fun. I'm probably going to do a review for Han Solo too, so stick around for that as well because that's coming next week because that's when the movie comes out. Anyways, we're going down a rabbit hole here. Now it's time to jump into this movie. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, okay? The first opening, we're gonna go spoilers here, and it's gonna be a little bit in-depth. I'm gonna jump around a bit, but you know what? That's how we do it here on the IronNancy channel. And now into the movie. The opening 10 to 15 minutes where Deadpool was actually the merc with a mouth were some of the best scenes and the best minutes of the actual film. It was so incredible, so awesome. The way that he's slicing people's arms off, their heads off. It was absolutely funny, absolutely incredible. I know I'm saying it's absolutely incredible, people are dying, but this is Deadpool, this is what we do, okay? This is how it goes down. It was funny, it was awesome, it was Deadpool doing his thing, and then they kill Vanessa, and it sort of derails that whole merc with the mouth thing. He sort of gives up, which was, it was how it had to be. Vanessa dies, so that's how he's gonna be. He's gonna be depressed. He goes like John Wick style, and they actually make fun of that in the opening credits, where they actually say this movie was written or directed. I think it was directed by the guy who killed the dog in John Wick. And now we're gonna switch over to Cable, and with Cable, we're also gonna talk about the runtime. I wish that we just knew a little bit more about Cable in this movie. I know that they couldn't have done a complete and total Cable backstory because there were so many characters to actually handle. A little bit more in this film than the other one. I don't want to say so many more, but there were more characters to develop in this film than the first one. So I wish it was just a little bit longer so we could have got more in depth with Cable, more about like him, why he has that robotic arm. I know it's because he has like this Techno Virus and he's using his telepathy or telekinesis to stop that from taking over his entire body, but they never talk about that in the film, and I sort of wish that they did. And maybe if he had one scene with him actually being with his family alive instead of just him with their ashes and with the teddy bear, I think that would have been awesome too. But now we're also going to jump from Cable, who I thought was an amazing character, don't get me wrong, I just wish we had more in-depth with him. Now we're going to jump to X-Force. I know we're jumping all over the place, but as I said before, this is the IronNancy channel, this is what we do. Now I'm going to talk about X-Force. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to really talk about X-Force. That's one thing I'm not going to spoil, okay? Because that's something that I feel like you should go to the theater, or if you wait to watch it on DVD or iTunes or whatever, you should sit down and watch for yourself. Because, honestly, I didn't expect it to happen. I know that it should have happened because not really all of them are nameable characters, but just the way that it happens and how Domino and Deadpool are the only ones that, I've said too much already, right? But one thing I will talk about is the Juggernaut, okay? This may be the most comic book accurate Juggernaut of all time. Now, the only reason why I say this may be is because the Juggernaut in this movie never actually ran. Like, he wasn't the unstoppable Juggernaut. That's not what he did. He was basically just a big, burly dude that was super strong and knew how to fight. That's basically all he was. Like, if you replaced him with some other super strong character like that, you probably wouldn't have even noticed, because this didn't really feel like the Juggernaut. At least in X-Men Last Stand, he actually did run, and he was the unstoppable Juggernaut because that's what his power was. He couldn't be stopped once he started going. But we'll just say this is the most comic book accurate Juggernaut, okay? Because he looks the part, he acts the part, and they did have that throwaway line that he was at least actually Xavier's brother, which that wasn't in X-Men Last Stand. So the Juggernaut, it was awesome. I don't like how he was defeated, which was by 3 C-tier X-Men. Colossus isn't really C-tier, he's more like B or A tier, but the other two, Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend, whatever her name was, I didn't really read how he was defeated, and he wasn't technically defeated because he came back out of the pool that he was knocked into, but come on. It usually takes the entirety of the X-Men to defeat Juggernaut, okay? And both of his cinematic appearances, he's defeated by B-tier X-Men. And it's like 3 in this movie, and it took 1 in X-Men in Last Stand, okay? I'm getting a little heated. I'm gonna calm down here, okay? I know he's still alive, but I want a completely comic book accurate Juggernaut. I think he's a really, really cool character, and he hasn't been done complete justice. And this one, he was done a lot of justice, okay, in terms of backstory and character and how they got it all down. But his powers, they weren't done enough justice. So in my opinion, And we're going to talk about the end credit scene now, because it takes the movie's continuity into question of, is Vanessa actually still alive? I think that may have just been like a funny scene when he goes back in time to save Vanessa, and then he kills the Deadpool from X-Men Origins, and then he kills Ryan Reynolds before he can take the part of Green Lantern. I thought it was really, really funny, but it just left me with a few questions. But that's really all I have to say about this film. I really enjoyed it. You guys should go out and see it, because it's fantastic. It's a whole lot of fun, and it's just a great thrill ride. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.